Hello everyone, my name is Samantha Fletcher. I'm going to give you guys a little information about Simon Bolivar. I'm sure I'm slaughtering that name, but we learned about him a little bit in our class, and I kind of found him interesting, so I'm just going to talk some more about him. He was one of the most powerful figures in world history. He was the leader of independence movement in Spain. I'm just going to give you some background about him. He was born on, my dog, he was born on July 24th in 1783 in Caracas, New Granada, which is now Venezuela. He had a lot of death in his family when he was young. He was born to a very wealthy family. His dad died when he was 3, and his mom died 6 years later after that. So he was pretty much raised by a nursemaid and tutors. At the young age of 16, he went to Europe to complete his education. He met his wife, Maria Teresa, in 1802, the daughter of a nobleman in Spain. They then returned to Venezuela, and after a year she died of yellow fever. He returned again to Europe and took up a political career. In Paris, he met German scientist Alexander von Humboldt, who had just returned from Latin America, and told him that he believed that the Spanish colonies were ready for independence and that he should go back there and pursue that. In 1807, he returned to Venezuela, found a population that was either loyal to Spain or wanting independence, so he felt like they were ready. On April 19th in 1810 in Caracas, they declared a provisional independence from Spain. During this time, Bolivar continued to advocate for full independence, and so he went to London to gain arms and support for this. He failed in that aspect, but gained models of political wisdom and stability. In London, he met a man named Miranda and invited him back to Venezuela to help in the government. On July 5th in 1811, the Venezuelan Republic voted for full independence. Bolivar, in his first public speech of his career, declared, "Let us lay the cornerstone of American freedom without fear. To hesitate is to perish." On March 26th in 1812, in Venezuela, an earthquake hit. The Spanish priests kind of used this and convinced all the superstitious that it was a divine retribution, and Spanish again gained control, and the First Republic fell. Bolivar, defeated, went into exile, came back later in 1812 to New Granada, and was made lieutenant colonel, serving under Miranda, and was in charge of the Puerto Cabello. In 1813, Bolivar rode victoriously into Caracas in what is now known as the Admirable Campaign. Bolivar established the Second Venezuelan Republic. The people nicknamed him the Liberator and made him dictator of the nation. He had not beaten all of the armies that were taking over or trying to take over the nation then, so it was a constant battle of the forces. In July of 1814, he was again defeated and ending the Second Republic. Bolivar then went into exile. When he returned to Venezuela, it was in chaos. From the fighting, he became involved in many military battles, eventually claiming several territories. In 1821, Gran Colombia was created under Bolivar's leadership. This included what is now Venezuela, Colombia, Panama, and Ecuador. Bolivar had succeeded in uniting much of South America, free from the Spanish control, but the government was very fragile. Bolivar wanted to create a union of states similar to what is now the United States, but he faced opposition from those that wanted to form several single nations. From the end of the Wars of Independence in 1824 until his death in 1830, Simon Bolivar served as the president of Venezuela. Thank you everyone. I hope you enjoyed this video on Simon Bolivar. Bye!